Hey everyone, I'm Almar of almarsguides.com, and I've uploaded a video a while back about my thief build, and I've switched it up a little bit since then. However, the other one was covering mostly solo PvE / events, and it was really just a event farming build, and like a leveling and solo play build and stuff like that. And more recently, what I've gone and done is created a build that was geared more towards doing dungeons, world versus world, and stuff like that, because I've started doing more than just farming events, I guess you can say. And I wanted to share my new build, since my other build got a lot of thumbs up and a lot of people enjoyed it and found it to be helpful for them. So right now my current weapon setup is 2 pistols and a short bow, and I use 2 pistols because I found them to be very good for damage output. Now, as you can see, I just kind of threw together this the stats on my weapons right here. I definitely don't care about the power, toughness, and healing power like the clerk's pretty much archetype, whatever you would call it. I just bought that because I was testing this build out a few weeks ago or whatever, and I kind of just forgot about it since. And then this one I actually did gear towards that, which I'll replace both of these sooner or later with stuff that's actually good. I don't even know what they look like. Yeah, they look pretty stupid. I usually don't ever care about weapon skins and stuff like that, so I'll just find one that suits my need with actual stats. And then I have my Drake Venom, which is my short bow, and that is pretty much always my offhand, although I have been experimenting with a sword pistol offhand. We'll see how that goes, and maybe I'll change my build around a little bit, or make some changes, or another video about all of that later. As far as my gear goes, I've hacked in the orbs that I have now. I don't really want them. I am going to switch to a superior sigil, although I don't know which one I want yet. I kind of just threw those orbs in there because we were about to run a fractal, and I wanted to get rid of the magic find crap that I had on me. And then, as you can see here, I have other gear that these 2 I got not too long ago, and then these other ones are still one of my favorites. You got power, vitality, crit damage, and stuff like that. This build here has quite a bit of crit chance, which I go pretty deep into the critical hits tree, which I'll show you in a second with my traits, and that's pretty much like the essence of it is critting. Now as you can see, I got rid of most of my magic find on my thief, which honestly I've been wanting to bring back because I don't know, I miss farming on my thief because it was just always a lot of fun. Now here's my traits. As you can see, I'll go over my skills in a little bit, but let's go over my traits right now. I have 0 into deadly arts just because I've never found anything good in there. I did mess around with this mug for a little while, but I just didn't, I don't know, I didn't find it, I didn't really like it. And I also messed around with, where is it? There's one in here that deals damage when you steal. Where are you? I actually don't know where it went. I thought it was mug, maybe they changed mug. Yeah, deal damage and gain life when stealing. Okay, that they did change it a little bit. They made it gain life now. So maybe I'll go back in there and mess around with it, although I didn't really find it. Like, I've heard some thieves that hit for like, or crit for like 5k when they steal. And I never crit for over like 2.2k, which just, it was not worth getting 10 points in there for, in my honest opinion. I mean, maybe taking it out of here, but I'm not entirely sure. Now I have 30 into critical strikes because I want deal an additional 10% damage with pistols. Dual skills have a plus 5% chance to critical hit, and you also got executioner, which I fought with myself going in here for that. And I also don't really ever find this to be too useful, first strikes, because when using double pistol with unload, you're going to be burning through initiative like crazy. So it would actually be, depending on how good the new mug is, you could actually take 10 points out of this and dump them into here for mug if you'd honestly like to. It's up to you though. Shadow arts, I took everything out of here because with double pistol, you don't really stealth all that much, and this was geared towards stealthing. And my other build was heavily pretty much like heavily in there. I had gain initiative when you stealth, gain healing while you stealth, and stuff like that. And you know, without stealthing, there's really no reason to go deep into there. Acrobatics, I still go pretty far into just because there's nothing. I love acrobatics on my thief. It was the first build I've ever, or first tree I ever put points into, and I just love it still. You can't go wrong with this. 5 points, that's just a must for thieves. You have to get that. Otherwise, you just, no. A thief that doesn't have that isn't a thief, pretty much. And then you have this, 3 points, gain vigor when using a healing skill. That's very, very useful as well. But there's something that is important to remember. You won't gain vigor when you do this, Shadow Refuge. You won't gain vigor for anything that you use in 7, 8, and 9. Nothing on your weapons if you have like a healing sigil that procs or anything like that. You only gain vigor when using your number 6 ability. So that's definitely something that's worth remembering, and definitely something you want to pay attention to. So you got this. Feline Grace, dodging uses some of the endurance used, which pretty much just means when you dodge, watch the bar go up a little bit. There you go. So it'll let you dodge more. And then this, quick recovery, gain 2 initiative every 10 seconds, which I just didn't really find anything better that I would be able to swap it out to. As you can see, maybe that, Fleet Foot, dodging removes cripple and weakness from you. That would probably be pretty useful in a lot of situations. And that was pretty much it. Now you also have in here, Trickery. You have Kleptomaniac. Stealing gives you 3 initiative, which is useful. When you steal, you pretty much get a bunch of boons, which is extremely useful. Increases my max initiative, which is of course always useful. And then this, Stealing grants you and nearby allies vigor for 15 seconds. Up to 2 boons are also ripped from your target and granted to nearby allies. I've always found that to be useful just because it will, you know, especially in world versus world situations, when you steal from someone, you know, if it's a character that usually has a lot of boons, like a guardian that just screams out, hold the line, you know, you can rip off 2 of their boons and give it to pretty much everyone around you, which I've always found to be useful. Now, there might be a few things I might swap in and out with my build. For example, like I said, I might go 10 points into here for Mug. Also, I might always, you know, try messing around in here for acrobatics a little bit more. I don't really like anything later on in the acrobatics tree, therefore that's why I have not really gone in there. Shadow Art, I've never, like, nothing really works with double pistol in here that I found to be too good. So I haven't really gone in there for anything. So pretty much the only optional aspect that I think there is would be in here for getting Mug. So if you wanted to take 10 points out of critical strikes and go in here for Mug, that's definitely something you could do with the build if you are used to Mug, you like Mug, and stuff like that. So let me show you a few little kills right here. Really what I do on my thief now is spam 3. Like, you just pretty much unload on your target. And that's if you want to burst them down really, really fast. It's a lot more damage than, you know, the old build that I had, pistol, dagger main hand, pistol offhand. And as you can see, I'm regaining initiative on a fairly quick basis, I guess you could say, and unload kill the mob pretty fast. Now, that's really if you just want to, you know, just burn the mob down without, like, much effort. And usually, you know, a lot of people do, because when you are in a PvE farming situation, you know, you don't really have to, like, dodge everything and, you know, be on the top of your game and stuff like that. So that's really what it's geared towards. Now, you can also do other stuff, like there's different ways you can pop a lot to burn down a mob pretty quickly. I'll show you that in a second. As you can see, auto attack with double pistol applies bleeds. It'll stack up to 5 and then it'll start to fade, which is it's actually, you know, it'll bleed for quite a bit. Let me see if I can just show you. As you can see, it'll tick away. It doesn't stay around forever, and it, you know. And then you got the stealth pistol skill, which is this. It's kind of like an unload, but it doesn't hit for nearly as much. As you can see, unload really does hit for quite a bit. A lot more than what my dagger main hand, pistol offhand used to do. Pretty much, I love watching those numbers. It's just pretty much like 2K, 3K, 2K, 4K, 2K. You know, it'll just it really burns down enemies. And also, I for my utility belt skills, I have haste, which I honestly don't really like. It has its uses in a lot of situations, but it's starting to piss me off in a lot of other situations. Like, pretty much what I use that for is, say I'm out in a world versus world situation, and like there's oil above a gate or something like that. I'll pop haste, burn it down, because watch. Haste. As now the mob's almost half health before he even gets to me. There you go, now the mob's dead. That's pretty much like the essence of haste, which it definitely helps, and it's definitely pretty darn useful in a lot of situations, although I really don't like that it sucks away my endurance and causes it to regenerate 50% slower, especially because I dodge so much in this game. I dodge all my thief. I dodge for, you know, the haste or the swiftness buff. I dodge to avoid stuff. I'm pretty much always dodging. It's like I dodge too much on my other characters, and I'm always out of endurance, and they don't even get swiftness on dodge, which makes me a sad panda. So aside from that, I have Shadow Refuge, which of course is like a you really can't go wrong with Shadow Refuge. Not only does it heal you, it also stealths you. It's great for situations in World vs. World, like dropping it on rams to get a little bit of plus healing to the people. And then let me, there we go. I'll be able to attack them again. And also, pretty much, when it comes time, I made this build for burning mobs down as quickly and as humanely as possible. Now, ultimately, I'll find a mob after I kill these Moa birds, and I'll show you really like the fastest way to burn shit down with this build. And then that's pretty much all there is to it. The rest can be left up to your imagination of what to do with this build. As you can see, I'm just kind of attacking everything here. Not really paying attention to what I'm doing, so. Now, as far as anything else goes, I've found this build that has high damage but low survivability. While you still have the AoE blind, it's not as useful as it was with Dagger Pistol. So, you know, take that into account how you want it. I really only recommend this build for any situation where you're not going to be the primary focus of attention, or where you can kite stuff pretty well. Like in World vs. World, you're able to kite stuff pretty well, and in dungeons, you're not going to be the primary focus from the mobs. Therefore, you'll be able to get you know, a decent amount of damage in before they hit you, and if they even hit you. So ultimately, for this build, for burning a target down as fast as possible, what you want to do is steal first to get the 3 buffs, and then immediately after you steal, pop haste and burn the target. Like, watch. Steal, roll away, pop haste, and then just unload on the target. Because this will give you might, it'll give you fury, which is 20% chance to crit, and it'll also give you vigor, which will start restoring some of your endurance from using haste, which got rid of it all. Now, I have experimented a little bit with and without haste, and I'll show you an ability that I know a lot of people would like to swap it out for, and I'll explain why after I kill this Moa bird. There we go, Moa bird down. Alright, so I know a lot of people like this Shadow Step ability here, because what it does is, just read it. It says Shadow Step to the target area becomes Shadow Return, which returns you to your starting area and cures 3 conditions. So a lot of people like this ability because it breaks stun. So you can do that, and then that area is your Shadow Return. So you can, you know, go la-di-da-di-da, bloop, and go right back to the area that, you know, you jumped to. So that's pretty much all there is to it. However, if you want to swap out haste for that, you know, that's completely up to you. I like haste because it just gives that oomph to burn targets down. And that's really what I created this build for, that little oomph. Because the other build didn't really have any burst. It had good sustained, but it didn't have that, you know, burst that unload gives you. So that's pretty much all there is to it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, and if you have any questions about this build or anything like that, feel free to shoot me a comment on YouTube or a private message, anything like that. Aside from that, good luck, guys. Happy hunting, and I'll catch you guys around in the next video.